Welcome into the Oklahomans video studio on a crisp fall Thursday morning. It's National Coffee Day. My machine is beeping at me as I restart it. Dave Morris here, Mike Knopp over there. Oklahoma City Boathouse Foundation, and a big weekend coming up with you, the annual, always well done, Regatta Festival.
It is our biggest weekend of the year for an event. We're going to have literally about 50 teams coming from all over the country, clubs and teams, in addition to all of the teams here from Oklahoma City, you know, the corporate teams and the junior youth program. So it's going to be a full weekend of activity.
The Regatta Festival runs through Sunday down at the Boathouse area. Let's back up a second. How did this get started? And we've seen it grown so much over the years.
Well, this is actually, it's hard to believe, it's our 12th year doing this. And I think back to...
It still seems like everything down at the river's new.
I know, well...
Sure, a dozen years in now.
Yeah.
And of course you, for the planning before that, it's even more than that.
Yeah, it's been a while, but you know, the first regatta, I remember when we had it, I mean, it was like, we didn't know what to expect. We thought, 500 people show up, this will be great. We had 10,000 people show up, and I think it showed that people were really excited about this river that we were developing, and it was very early on. There was no infrastructure at that time.
So this was an event that you could say, hey, there is some interest here.
Yes.
There is some growth that we can, you know, kind of grow into.
We really see the regatta as kind of the turning point, because it's the event that I go back to that says this is what really started to validate the power and all the ideas that we had for developing the river. So OCU was very involved with helping me at that time create we called it the OCU Head of the Oklahoma. We still have the OCU Head of the Oklahoma, which is part of the Regatta Festival. And we had Harvard has come, and Naval Academy and Cal and Washington, all these perennial, these big time programs, and it validated our river. And people came down, and one of the things, the approach that we took from day one was to make it a real family-oriented festival, not just racing, but you know, food and activities and things for everyone to do, and that continues to this day.
Well, speaking of that, let's tee that up. What can the families expect this weekend?
Well, something new. We brought this up before, but all the decorations are going up for Pirate Island.
We have pumpkins.
Yes. We have pumpkins, we have pirates, we have treasure maps, and all kinds of different, there's going to be a whole scavenger hunt, treasure hunt, duck races, things that are all part of this Pirate Island.
Duck races. What's the duck race? Are we talking like rubber duckies?
Rubber ducky.
Okay.
I mean, yes, that's part of the activity that will go on Pirate Island during.
Cool.
Yeah, and you know, there's prizes, and it's be a lot of fun for families. We got inflatables and games. Everyone will get a pumpkin. You can paint the pumpkin, and like I said, there will be a big treasure chest located somewhere on the island that
That's a mystery.
Yeah, it's a mystery. So,
you know, two features that weren't in play last regatta are the rapids and the pump track. And you posted on Facebook this week. Bellows Solutions was created the pump track, and they are the rock stars, as you say, of this industry. Posted a cool video of your pump track. Yes.
This is the only third track of its kind in the country, and so every time they do one of these builds in the world, they do like a music video that kind of showcases the build. And this one is the largest one in the country so far, and they're very proud of it. We're very proud of it, and it's something that is generating literally attention from all over the world for what's been built here. So this weekend, when people come in, we get a lot of out-of-town guests. They're going to see the rapids, and they're going to see that, and they're going to, see the new slides. There's a lot of things that have happened in the last year. Yeah.
It's well done. That's a well done video. Good job, Bellows Solutions. What's been the response so far of just having this added feature?
Oh, people love it. It's really interesting. Again, you see little kids on Strider bikes, all the way up to these skateboarders, as you see there.
We have back here.
Yeah.
We just happen to have like a stand-up paddleboard and a longboard.
We just happen to have one. Yeah, that's right. So we have people of all ages, all abilities, literally doing big tricks, flips, all kinds of things. And so so you get a mix of the skateboard community, the BMX community, the mountain bikers, and then just families. And so it's very unique in that regard.
Which leads me, of course, to the obvious question. We saw you in a kayak going down the rapids a couple weeks ago. Will we see you on a board or a bike catching air? I don't even know if that's the proper term, but let's assume it is.
Yeah, maybe more of a bike, maybe not a board. Catching air is in question, but yes, we will try to. My sons love it, so I've been out there several times. Yeah.
Very cool. This morning, Mayor Mike Cornett hosted a heart walk over at the Myriad Gardens. The kiddos from John Rex Elementary joined him, took a few laps around the gardens, caught up with him. He is, of course, hosting mayors from around the nation for the Conference of Mayors in town this weekend, and they're headed your way for the Regatta Festival. That is something he is using to show off the city, and an example of kind of why you have these sort of festivals is this is something that other cities can look at and say, hey, I've got a river, what if?
We do get a lot of inquiries from cities from around the country about our model for river activation. That our approach to redeveloping a river was more about getting people on the water or on the trails and active, and everything was built up around that concept. And using the regatta, for example, as a way to showcase that. And so some of the mayors that are going to be here have already reached out, and they were really interested in how we've done this. So I think it's just a great statement about Oklahoma City and kind of the leading role we're taking in this sort of approach to riverfront development and activation. Some of the greatest cities in the world have rivers right through them, and it's amazing how some just don't. There's commercial activity, but not a lot of community or activity on the water or on the trail. So.
We've been talking about the Regatta Festival. It runs through Sunday down at the RIversport Adventure area along the Oklahoma River. More information at riversportokc.org. And one last question for you, Mike. Looking forward, season passes.
Yes. Well, this weekend we have launched our new season pass campaign for next year. If you buy a pass now, you can come the rest of the year. It's actually a great time to go rafting. It's the water's still warm. It's you get splash jackets, and it's a blast. So you can use it the rest of the year, then all of next year, and you get a $25 gift certificate to the retail store if you buy one now as well. So we've got promotions like that are launching this weekend, and it's just it's such a unique thing to have in our city, and we're really trying to emphasize it's for people to have a pass. That means they can. Kind of helps advance that outdoor lifestyle, whether it's rafting or kayaking at Lake Overholser, now sailing at Lake Hefner. All of those things are going to be incorporated.
A lot of value that goes into that season pass.
A lot of value. So,
he's Mike Knopp, Executive Director of the Oklahoma City Boathouse Foundation, the Regatta Festival, the 2016 version, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. More information again at riversportokc.org. Best of luck. Thanks for your time today.
Thank you. Should be a good weekend.